stop. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day if you're a mother. And if you've lost your mother, my heart goes out to you because I know this is probably a hard day for you. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome back. And as always, if you guys can't hear me, if you can't hear me at all, or if you can't hear me through my mic, and it sounds like I'm just using the phone mic, please let me know in the chat because the past few lives that I've done, my mic wasn't even on. It sounded like I was just speaking through my phone mic or my phone speaker. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize my mic wasn't working on the past few lives that I've done. And that's why I always ask y'all at the beginning, if you cannot hear me, please let me know in the chat. Yeah, so today's message is the truth about romantic love. And the reason why I have to specifically say romantic love is because there's different types of love. You have family love, you have friend love, you have the love of a pet. So it's different types of love. But today we're going to specifically talk about romantic love. So here's the thing, the truth is, most people don't know what love is. And the reason why is because a lot of times, most people don't love themselves. So if you don't love yourself, you don't know what it truly means to be loved or to love another person. You might care for them. You might have feelings for them. You might be attracted to them. You might have chemistry with them. But none of those things equate to love. And another reason why most people don't know what love is because they're not close to God. Those are the two things, loving yourself and being close to God. Those are the two things that help you to understand what it means to love another person and when another person truly loves you. And I get so passionate about this subject because I come across so many toxic relationships, toxic situations where you have one person or maybe even both people saying, I love this person. I stayed because I love him. I stayed because I love her. But they'll be telling you all the horrible things that have happened throughout that relationship. And that's not love. And that's why I get so frustrated because I'm like, y'all are misusing the word love. Like, it's so, I'm sure every single person that's watching this video, you've said I love you in the context of a romantic relationship. I'm sure every single person has said I love you to somebody that we're dating. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're not with any of those people. Any of those people that you said I love you to in the past. I'm sure they're just in the past. I'm sure you're not even with those people. Even if it was just one person, 9 times out of 10, you're not with that person anymore. So, was it really love? And I'm saying all this, I'm saying all this as somebody who used to think that every single man I dated, I was in love with. I can't tell you how many times I thought I was in love. I'm sure every single man that I've dated, I said I love you to. And at the time, I really did feel like I loved those men. I really did feel like I loved each person I said I love you to. I really believed that. And the thing is, I did care about them. I cared about each and every person I said I love you to. I had attraction to them. I had chemistry with them. Sometimes it was even just being trauma bonded to that person. Sometimes it was just codependency. Sometimes it was just lust and intense infatuation. But I truly believe I loved each person that I dated. But me being who I am now and knowing what I know now, me actually loving myself, doing the work, doing so much inner work on myself, doing so much healing from my childhood, all my trauma from my childhood, my teenage years, me healing from that and doing the inner work. That's what helped me to finally love myself. And then getting close to God. Getting close to God, that's what helped me to know what love is, because I always thought love was pain, love was suffering. But once I got close to God, of course, I stumbled across that scripture that I'm sure a lot of us know. Love is patient, love is kind. That whole scripture defines what love is, what love should be. Once I started looking at love through the eyes of God and not through the eyes of the world, that's when I was able to look back on all my previous relationships and realize I wasn't in love. I wasn't in love because I didn't know what love was. And I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. I didn't value myself. And even though I've always had, excuse me, let me take a sip of water. Even though I've always had some type of relationship with God, it was nowhere near as close as I am now. So, those two things, learning to love myself and getting close to God and learning what love was through God, that is what helped me to realize what love truly was, romantic love, what that truly was in God's eyes, not the world's eyes. Think about all the people who have said, I love you to another person, maybe had a kid with them, maybe even got married. How many of those people are not together anymore? Or they stay together, but they don't really want nothing to do with each other. They can't stand each other. People, and the reason why I feel so passionate about it, because you'll hear people say things like, love isn't real, or love hurts, and love is pain, and just giving love a bad reputation. I'm like, y'all are not realizing all these things that y'all think are love is really not love. It's a bunch of other stuff. It's lust, it's infatuation, codependency, trauma bonding. It's all types of things that can mimic love, but it's not really love. And that's what I had to realize. So let's talk about, why do most people lack self love? A lot of times it's things from your childhood. If you have childhood trauma, how your upbringing was. Most importantly, how your parents were. Because your parents subconsciously influence your perception of love. You'll hear people say, like, oh, a dad is a little girl's first love, or a mom is a little boy's first love. Even seeing your parents interact with each other, how they interact, or if they weren't even together, or maybe you even had a parent that wasn't even around. Not only were they broken up, but you might have had a parent that wasn't even present. All those things influence your perception of love, even when you become an adult. So you'll get into relationships and get into these situations with people thinking like, oh, I love this person. I just want to make it work. I just want to make it work and work through everything, blah, blah, blah. Not realizing what you have with that person is not love. It's really just a bunch of unresolved trauma that is leading you to be with that person. Or sometimes it's a simple fact that people don't want to be alone. People don't want to be alone. So just having somebody around, Having somebody that is consistently there, consistently present, even if they're not treating you right, even if they might be physically present but mentally somewhere else. Some people will feel like that's love because this person stuck around. This person didn't abandon me. But you got to think about how that person is treating you, how that person is making you feel. Is this person a safe space? Do I feel like I can talk to this person about anything? Do I feel like this person has my best interest at heart? And do I have their best interest at heart? Do I want to pour into them as much as I want them to pour into me? Because that's another thing. Romantic love is reciprocal. If it's not reciprocal, if it's one-sided, if one person loves the other person more, or one person loves the other person, and they're all in, but the other person don't give a damn. They don't feel love towards that person. They don't really feel, they just don't care. But that other person's like, oh no, I love them. I want to make it work. I want to be there for them. That's not love because love has to be reciprocated. If it's not reciprocated on both sides, that's not real love. And me being in the relationship that I'm in now, the reason why I know what I have with this person is real love is because number one, it is nothing like anything I've ever experienced in a good way. And number two, it fits the description of God's definition of love. Love is patient, love is kind. And not only is he that way towards me, I'm that way towards him. And it's just natural. It's natural for the both of us. Even times where we have disagreements. Because we've had some little heated debates. We've had some little heated disagreements. I wouldn't call them arguments though, because we never raise our voice. We never call each other out of our names. We never disrespect each other. And that's the thing. Even when we have differences, even and that's rare because we're a lot alike. But even the little times where we disagree, there's always a level of respect and consideration. And that's the thing. Love is considerate. When you love somebody, you take them into consideration. And I know I'm losing my voice right now, but I'm gonna keep going. I don't give a damn. But to love somebody is to take them into consideration. If you're with somebody that doesn't take you into consideration, I'm sorry to tell you, but they do not love you. I don't give a damn about any of the nice, sweet things they've done for you in the past. I'm sure you can look back on certain things that they did and be like, oh, but they did this for me. That means they love me. Guess what? None of that matters if that person doesn't take you into consideration on a regular basis. If they don't constantly consider you, they don't consider your feelings, they don't consider your well being, they don't consider your opinion, that person does not love you. And that's why I feel so passionate about this subject because we need to stop calling toxicity love. Oh, well, even though he cheated on me, I stayed with him because I love him, I forgave him. That's not love. Because guess what? When he or she was out there cheating, did they take you into consideration? Did they think about the possible consequences of their actions and how their actions would make you feel? No. So guess what? What you have with that person is not love. It might just you not being able to be alone. It might just you having low self-esteem or having daddy issues or whatever childhood trauma. But it's not love. And I need us to stop labeling all these toxic dynamics as love. It's not love. It's not love because, again, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy or boast. And here's the thing, you can't just have one person being that way, but like I said, the other person doesn't give a damn. That's not love. Because you might say, well, but I am patient with this person. I am kind with this person. I do consider this person. All these different things. You might look at that scripture and say, but I do all these things for this person. I am this way towards this person. Guess what? If they're not that way towards you, it's not love. It's not. And you might care about them as a person, but y'all are not in love. And that person does not love you. And it took me a while to realize this because in my last relationship, it was a lot of manipulation and abuse. It was just a lot. And I stayed with him longer than anybody I ever stayed with. That was my longest relationship. And it was my worst relationship. And it was the most toxic relationship. And guess what? I truly believe that all that drama and toxicity and push and pull and back and forth, I really thought that was love. Because I was the one being patient. I was the one being kind. I was the one enduring. I was the one constantly being empathetic and taking that person into consideration. But guess what? They weren't doing the same. So it wasn't love. And again, I had to learn to love myself. And I had to get close to God so He could teach me what real love was. But also, here's another thing, and I'm gonna get a little scientific on y'all. There is a such thing as the honeymoon phase, and they say that it lasts anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. And in that honeymoon phase, you might easily feel like you love that person, especially if you're having sex with them, because when you have sex with a person, it produces something called oxytocin. Oxytocin is the love chemical or the love hormone. So when you have sex with a person, especially if y'all butt naked and y'all skin to skin, that produces oxytocin, which again is the love hormone. That will make you feel like you love that person, especially if y'all doing it on a regular basis. So if you add that with the whole honeymoon phase, that dopamine where it's just like, oh, I'm in love, this is euphoric, this is new, that only lasts anywhere from 6 months to 2 years at the most. What, what will help you know that if you really have, I'm trying to think how I want to word it. Let me just say this, friendship. Friendship is so important within a romantic relationship. And the reason why is because, like I said, that honeymoon phase, that eventually fades away. And attraction and desire, that will only go so far. When you with that person the first year or two, 2 years at the most, let's just say the beginning of the relationship, when things are still, kind of new. Yeah, it's easy to be like looking at that person like, oh my God, this person is just so fine. Like, oh, I just want him. Like, y'all, like I said, y'all might be having sex on a regular basis. So that's making your feelings stronger. But after that fades out, after that starts to get old, that's when people start cheating. Because I'm bored with what I got. Oh, our, you'll hear people say things like, oh, the spark died in our relationship, or the I don't know. They'll just say things like that, like, oh, we fell out of love, blah, blah, blah. No, that's because it wasn't never love to begin with. So the key is, do you have a friendship with this person? Forget loving this person. Do you like this person? Do you like them as a person? Do you actually view them as your friend? Not just somebody that you might share bills with, share a house with, and have sex with. Do you actually view them as your friend? Do you take them into consideration? Do you care about their opinion? Do you care about their feelings? Can you talk to them about anything? Can you be yourself around them? Can y'all talk about just life? It's not, y'all not always gonna talk about lovey-dovey stuff. Can y'all sit and just talk about life and what's going on in the world? Like, if you're not able to do that with that person, you can't honestly say you love them because you don't really know them. You're just caught up in the oxytocin. You're just caught up in the newness of it. You're just caught up in the dopamine. But that's not love. If you don't feel like you can talk to them about anything, you don't feel like you can be yourself, you don't really like them as a person, that's not love. That's not love. And I'm going to just close out by saying this: love is a beautiful thing, but it's also a rare thing. It's not something you come across every day. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say real love is something you might only come across once or twice in your life, if you're lucky. Maybe twice. Maybe if your first true love didn't work out, maybe there's a second one for you. But in my opinion, real love, that only comes around once in a lifetime. So we gotta stop overusing it. We gotta stop. We might vibe with somebody and have great chemistry with them and really like them, enjoy their company, and like them as a person. That doesn't mean we love them. We have to be careful about using that word. We have to be careful because love is real, and love is powerful, and love is sacred, and it should be treated as such. So yeah, I'm done preaching and yelling at y'all. I hope y'all have a lovely Sunday and Mother's Day. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Oh, and make sure you like this video and make sure you're subscribed. Okay, bye.